Good afternoon. Welcome to the Jefferson County Post interview with Chris Shockley, who's the town administrator from Dandridge. Hi, Chris. It's good to have you here. We appreciate you taking your time. And before we get started, we're going to say a shout out to our sponsors, Good Old Boys Golf Carts at 434 Tennessee Highway 92 in Dandridge, and Dr. Warren Stinson, 113 East Broadway Boulevard in Jefferson City. In Jefferson City. And that's a good place to go for all your dental needs, and Good Old Boys can take care of any of your golf cart needs. So be sure to stop by those two places. Okay, Chris, so it has been an interesting couple of weeks in Jefferson County. Not so much in Dandridge, but in Jefferson County. But that has raised questions across the county about the water situation. So before we get into anything else going on, let's talk a little bit about the water situation in Dandridge. How does Dandridge sit right now?
We're stable. Our tanks are stable. So we purchase from KUB as our main supplier. So our entire water system, this side of the lake, is covered by KUB. So we have a connection with them around Strawberry Plains that runs straight into town. So we have one main line in. The whole Swansylvania area, they're covered by a connection we have with Newport Utilities. But as far as Dandridge's water is concerned, we are stable. Yes.
And do you supply outside of Dandridge?
We do. We have a service area that includes out of town residents, mainly towards that Swansylvania, Wild Pear Shores, those type areas. Yes.
So right now, and for folks who do not understand this, and water is a complicated issue.
It is.
It really is. So for people who don't understand, Dandridge does not get Jefferson City water anymore. At one point, Dandridge was a Jefferson City customer.
Correct.
But not anymore.
Correct. When we connected with KUB was, that we had a transition period there.
So the impact in the Jefferson City area and the Shady Grove area, people were a little confused because Shady Grove is considered the greater Dandridge area. Mm-hmm. But was there anything that Dandridge could do to help those Shady Grove customers?
We were able to have a small connection around Klein Road area with Shady Grove to where we could provide a little bit. We weren't able to impact our system a lot. We're really not set up to resell. And so most of our intake is for our consumption, and so just not being set up that way, we were able to work through some issues and we were able to get a small connection there to help Shady Grove with some customers on that end. Yes. And
now is that still ongoing, or now that Shady Grove has been able to be turned on, that tank in Jefferson City is in a little better shape, has Dandridge been able to back down?
Yes, we have. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great. So along those lines, you said equipment in Dandridge is in good shape, right?
Yes.
So there's not any foreseen things that are coming up that you can tell with the water equipment that's going to be needed to be upgraded. And it has been upgraded not too awfully long ago, correct?
We have invested in a water booster station at the 417 exit. So yes, we have done some water facility upgrades throughout. We connected to KUB in 2012, but currently we are in a cooperative, conducting a cooperative feasibility study about becoming a water producer so that we can sustain our needs for the future. So we are looking at that, and we're on the very infancy stage of that. But that is the possibility, looking with Dandridge itself and partnering cooperatively with Shady Grove as well, just to see about the feasibility of it.
So that's a possibility for the future then.
It is. Yes.
When KUB took the hit, I guess it was past week as well, that did not impact Dandridge water at all.
Correct. It was far enough away from us, our connection, to where it did not impact us.
Okay, one of the biggest questions that we're getting at the Post is new growth. So can Dandridge handle more growth with their current water situation?
The answer to that is it depends on the location. We have areas throughout town that are in a very good position with water pressure, those things, and then we have some other areas where maybe they're farther away from a tank, or some elevation issues pose a problem there. So location is the factor there.
And so I'm going to ask you about a specific place, and you may know this or you may not know this. So the property that's near Food City, that was recently, there was a lot of brouhaha, for another word, regarding the zoning and that type of thing. Can that property handle, can our water handle that property in Dandridge?
So with that property specifically, they are they're tasked with conducting a feasibility study for that property. So one of the issues with development is, though, you know, there has to be a plan in place. It can't just be a concept to say, well, we're going to put, you know, 100. The property may hold 100 homes, but water may be a different situation there. So you know, those are things that we have to work through. So that's why we required a study for them to say, okay, this is what we want to build. On the commercial side as well as on the residential side, this is what our expected usage would be, and based on those numbers, then we can give an answer for that. You know, just trying to throw things on the wall and see what sticks is that's not a very good plan for the future. So we're trying to come up with exact numbers to where we know exactly what the impact to our system is going to be. So,
to reiterate then, Dandridge is on top of monitoring the water situation. It's not a fire and forget. It is, they're having to bring back information, and if it doesn't work, then it can't happen. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. Or if there's infrastructure needs that need to be addressed, then the developer would have the option to address those needs as well. But yes, I mean, the impact to our system, the development and their impact to our system, you know, we deal with that on a case-by-case basis. You know, and as the water department specifically, we're investing in a lot of our infrastructure now as far as getting our plans up to speed, you know, investing in some new software and some different avenues to allow us to address these issues, recognize them a lot earlier than has been. So we are applying for the state water infrastructure planning grant, which would allow us an asset management plan along with the water model. You know, doing some different things to kind of to get us up to speed to where these impacts are minimalized, and we know what those impacts to our system are going to be.
So another caveat of this water situation that Jefferson City has had, and again, I'm reiterating, this is not Dandridge's issue. This is an issue in another area of the county. However, Dandridge does service a great deal of area with fire protection,
Correct.
with fire service. Mm-hmm. So how is that going to impact, should this not get resolved on a long-term basis, how does that impact fire service to particularly our schools?
Yeah, so the Dandridge Volunteer Fire Department service area is essentially everything in Jefferson County south of, south of I-40. And so, you know, we were obviously heavily monitoring what the fire impacts would be. You know, a lot of our rural areas are there's no hydrants there, so our tanker trucks roll if there was ever to be a structure incident there anyway. But with schools specifically, you know, Shady Grove does supply the majority of those schools, and so fire protection is a grave concern for us, you know, in those situations.
So for those who don't know, Shady Grove supplies Piedmont, Jefferson County High School, the Patriot Academy, and Mount Horeb.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And those are all covered by Dandridge Fire Department, correct? Every one of those. Mm-hmm. And just quickly, where is the closest hydrant that Dandridge has, just off the top of your head, to Jefferson County High School and in proximity of those schools?
I would say the Millers Creek area would be the closest to those areas.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So takeaway is that Dandridge is looking good right now. And as far as future growth goes, there's information that you all are requiring from developers. Just because it passes zoning doesn't mean it's going in.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so let's talk about some upcoming stuff. We've had a lot of weather.
We have.
Roads are looking good right now. Mm-hmm. So I know that the Public Works Department, the roads they're tired, but they've done a fantastic job. What have we got in the future? First of all, are we holding out on salt? Everybody wants to know that. Are we holding out?
We are in good shape on salt, yes.
All right, good. So we don't want another incident, but we can have another incident.
Correct.
So quickly tell us what we got to look forward to in Dandridge coming up. What's coming up?
So we're at the infancy stage of a America 250 plan, which I say the infancy stage in that we are trying to get everything finalized. But April the 18th, we will have an America 250 celebration in downtown. I won't get too far into that, but it's an event that I think we're going to be, our citizens are going to be very proud of, and I think something that's going to draw a lot of folks in. We also have our special event approvals on the docket for our next board meeting, and so June Jubilee, Dandridge Fall Days Festival, as well as Scots Irish, and all of our fishing tournaments for the upcoming year. So those special events will be on there as well. You know, basketball's going on at the Field of Dreams right now, and then we'll roll right into Little League baseball, softball. You know, there's always something going on. So
Dandridge is a very popular festival town. Actually,
it is.
Has become more and more so over the years. And basketball, Field of Dreams is always lighting it on fire down there. So there's always something going on down there. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it, and glad to hear that Dandridge is sitting well.
Yes.
And as I said, thank you to our sponsors, Good Old Boys Golf Carts, and Dr. Warren Stinson. Good Old Boys, 434 Tennessee Highway 92, Dandridge, for all your golf cart needs, and Dr. Warren Stinson, 113 East Broadway Boulevard in Jefferson City, for all your dental needs. Thank you guys, and check us out again.